To be another very listless, range-bound trading session. The Nifty went down to levels of 17,580. That was the low that the markets had hit even earlier this week, but it managed to respect that and finally close above 17,600, going with a minor downtick of about 1/4 of a percentage point on the benchmark indices. The mid-cap performance is a bit more disappointing. The mid-caps were holding up in the green, but by the end of trade, they're ending with a cut of close to about 0.1, 0.2%. So a sharper fall coming through for the mid-caps from the day's high. To quickly run you through some of the big movers on the way down, IT under pressure, HCL Tech down 2.5% across the board. You're seeing weakness. IndusInd Bank losing in trade, HDFC Life weak. In the pharmaceutical pack, Divis Laboratories sees buying, but Cipla sees selling, so that's under pressure. And State Bank of India weakening in trade. On the gaining side, oil and gas, particularly BPCL, had a late surge and finally ends as the top Nifty gainer. BPCL up 2.25%. Bajaj Auto, M&M, Eicher Motors in the automotive pack, two-wheelers, four-wheelers combined. HDFC Bank, Axis Bank batting for the bulls in the private sector financials, and Divis Laboratory continues to be the star and hogging the spotlight on the gaining side.
Indeed, the pharma stocks, they have come back and they've come back in style. Gland Pharma, that stock was up close around 15%. You had Pyramid Pharma as well, the stock that's close to a third of what it was at the peak. That stock, in fact, did spike up in trade. And a couple of other notable movers as well has been Auto Pharma, which has already seen a big recovery from the lows. Lakshmi Organics, has Nimesh alerted us that they're going to be considering a fundraising, so that stock was up close around 8%. Bajaj Electricals, well, earlier today there was a large trade. We'll come to know the parties later in the day, but it appears there is a bit of a clean-out trade that took place, and that's where that as well was up close around 3.5%. And Orient Cement, we had spoken to the management a couple of weeks or so ago, and from there the stock has gained close to around 15%. They've laid out aggressive growth plans from here on. Let's see them deliver that. Orient Cement up 2.5% on. Survey.
I'm looking at rice. I'm looking at sugar. Yeah. I'm looking at some of the hotel stocks. So basically, a lot of consumer names actually did well today. Yeah. In particular, KRBL 12% on the upside. LT Foods about 8% on the higher side. Look at some of the sugar names like Bajaj Hindustan, 8% up on that stock. Big moves coming in on anticipation of higher global prices. Som Distilleries has started off their beer plant in Karnataka, 7% on that stock. I mentioned Balrampur, should also mention some of the other names like Dhampur, Dwarikesh, etc. So sugar and rice really up and about. By the way, BEML Land, the entity that houses the land assets of BEML, is starting its journey on the street with a 5% drop on day one. So very stock-specific action in the market today. Midcap index not doing too much. Advanced decline ratio favoring the declines as we're closing out. The indices, no sign of any direction, extremely range-bound in that very tight band.
Okay, with that, we're going to wrap on closing bell, but don't go anywhere. A detailed data analysis on the trading trends and an interesting chat with A. Balasubramaniam, chairman of AMFI, coming up on the other side of this short break.